Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
My goodness, what even just happened?
Your goodness, what didn't just happen?
I'm gonna need to think about that one for a while.
Let's not worry about it too much. Butterflies happened.
That's true, butterflies did happen.
And you pointed out some interesting stuff about your theories and how butterflies relate to the mystery.
I'm surprised, I don't recall if I mentioned it before. I feel like it's something that I definitely spent a lot of time on.
Yeah.
Going back, just going over all of my editing notes and being like, who saw butterflies? What do I think they did in the episode? What does my culprit theory say about what they did?
Yep. What is the significance of a butterfly?
Yeah, and it seems like in at least episodes 1 to 4, I haven't been over 5 again yet. And I also
Who saw butterflies in 5? I'm trying. Were there any butterflies?
There weren't many. That was why I kind of stopped paying attention to it.
Right.
Because they were mostly like in magical scenes, like in the Golden Land anyway.
Yeah.
But at least in episodes 1 to 4, all of the people that I marked up as culprits and accomplices saw butterflies, and then all of the people that that were like exceptions were the people that died very soon after.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So I kind of like nailed down that as the go-to theory. So when Jessica started seeing butterflies there, I was like, oh no, what's happening?
Oh no!
Jessica, what have you done?
Oh. What does it mean?
But also, if Jessica shows up dead soon, I won't be surprised.
Oh, poor Jessica. Best girl.
Of course, that's even assuming that Featherin is staying consistent with the rules.
Featherin?
I mean, claiming that this is her writing.
Well, this is the interesting part, and I think this is what's fun about you trying to narrate all of Battler's lines, is because we've got the game board, which Battler is narrating, which Featherin wrote, which Angie is reading. And sometimes the characters move into the space where Featherin and Angie are. If you remember, Beatrice moved into that and like read all of Featherin's writing.
And then I'm claiming that someone is writing all of that, including them bouncing into...
Including those seats. And then we're reading it and giving the silly voices.
And Ryukashi wrote this. So are we on the level...
I know!
Are we on the level above Toya and Angie? Or are we below them?
Wow.
Is Ryukashi above or below us?
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the other things I discussed with you, I think. I was talking about Nox. Where like there was this scene where there was just fucking storyception, if you will. This is what I was talking about way back in the day when I pitched this story to you. There is some crazy shit going on, and it's great, and I love it. This is Umineko. This is Umineko, guys. All right, let's continue.
I find it very interesting. Just slight tangent.
Sure, go quick.
But whenever I say it's it's awful and it's terrible and I love it, but you always go, it's amazing and it's beautiful and I love it.
I'm not gonna lie.
There's probably been some exceptions to that, but you just said that then, and I'm like, wait, that's my line, but no, that's not my line.
It's your line, but it's different. It's like a different person is saying the same line. Come on, it's okay now. Let's hurry.
My goodness, what a sick transition that was.
That's perfect. I hope Father likes sweet foods. Oh yes, he does like them. In fact, he seems to enjoy eating pretty much anything.
That fat shit.
He's a real piece of shit. He's a trash fire. Oh. Ooh. After waiting for the master of the room to be out, Beatrice and Kumasawa entered the study. Then they quickly cleaned up the books on the desk, set down the basket they had brought there and opened it up. Inside were several cute cookies cut out in a butterfly shape. They set out a pretty plate and neatly arranged the cookies on it. It was the kind of subtle, conscientious touch that the recipient wasn't likely to even notice. The whole arrangement was filled with that sort of feeling. Oh my. I see you spare no effort for the sake of your beloved father. This is the most I'm allowed to do right now. To think that I would give Battler cookies. Why should I, the ruler of the knights, Batman, do so much for a guest who comes so rarely? Then the study door swung violently open. It was Battler, with Genji by his side. Bella's eyes went wide for a second when he saw Beatrice there, but his expression quickly went blank again.
You know, I keep pointing out that there's these parallels between Kinzo and Battler in this episode.
Yes.
And I'm just like 90% sure at this point that this entire thing is purely for the purpose of telling Kinzo's story in an indirect manner at this point.
I was gonna say, like, what if we literally said Kinzo, Beatrice, I guess Genji? Or
Genji.
Genji and Kumasawa, like they're both in this scene. And are you assuming that... Well, I guess he's kind of like, he's Ronobe, so I don't know. It's a good question. It's interesting to think about.
Like, it's just, it was kind of like slightly subtle to start with, but it's just gone ham in my mind. It might not have been subtle, I might have just taken a while to come around to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, if someone was to tell me that, as you said, all of these characters were just Kinzo and his servants and shit, and this was 1967, or soon thereafter, I would be like, yep, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It's very interesting to look at it from that light. We'll see how we go. See what this tale has to tell us.
Did you finish reading this?
I'm sure I did.
What are you doing here?
Father, please excuse me. I didn't come here to get in the way of your important game.
How are you able to get in here? Wasn't this room locked?
My apologies. They wanted to surprise you with a gift, so I lent them a key. See, have a look. Beatrice baked these cookies with all her soul, hoping that you would enjoy them. Kumasawa-san and Genji-san taught me how. I never knew Genji-san was so good at baking cookies. Oh, he hasn't done it much of late, but long ago, Genji-san cooked all sorts of things. He was especially good with sweets.
Cookies?
Yes, it's a gift for you, Father. I sincerely pray for your victory in this important match. Battler looked at the plate on the study desk that was piled up with beautiful cookies and the message card of encouragement lying next to it, and his face twisted with a complex expression, which might have been one of sadness and might have been one of hatred. Master. Genji urged him to consider saying some words of gratitude to Beato. Battler understood. Anyone would be pleased to receive an act of kindness like this. Even though he understood it logically, he couldn't help but give a small exasperated sigh.
Thank you, I'm very grateful. However, I don't like sweets. Please take it away.
Damn. Master!
Don't make me say the same thing again. Clean it up and take it away.
Master, couldn't you just try one bite? Beatrice somehow went hard to make them for your sake.
I appreciate the sentiment. I'm in the middle of a vital game right now. This is the final game and it's vital for both me and Beto as well. But Battler, we still have 2 whole episodes.
We have 2 entire episodes, Battler.
I got 2 more episodes.
This is the last episode. I'm sorry to break your heart.
What's next?
It was a lie.
Oh, it's been a lie the whole time.
It's a great question, though. What is next?
What?
What?
Were you expecting an answer to that question?
No, you should continue.
Okay.
I was expecting a sequitur of some sort.
Oh. It's true. This is the final game and it's vital for both me and Beto as well, so please, don't mess with my heart any more than is necessary.
That's just too sad for her. I'm glad that you're grateful for her feelings, but can't you show it by taking just one little bite? Father. Beto looked at Battler sadly. Battler hung his head to avoid her gaze. The expression on his face caused Beto more pain than any he had shown before. Kumasawa, please clean this up and take it away. Master! Kumasawa clung to Battler, but he turned his back to her. My apologies. Let's clean this up, Kumasawa-san. I won't allow it. By making this gift, Beatrice-sama gave it her all to try and support her in the only way she could. To tell her to take it away without eating it by yourself, how can you trifle with a woman so? Kumasawa, if you call yourself a man, you should at least try a bite when a woman makes you a handmade snack. If you truly intend to crush a woman's feelings like this, I, Kumasawa, will not back down even if it kills me. No, I won't. Kumasawa-san, you've done enough for me already. I won't allow it. Master, do you think they're poisoned or something?
Yeah. Beto ever came to give me cookies, of course I'd figured she'd put some kind of crazy poison in them. She's asking me if I think there's poison in these? Who would expect the cookies piled up in such a neat and cute way who could possibly have something bizarre hidden inside them? Anyway, who could possibly imagine Beto making something like this? Because of that, Battler couldn't bear to look at Beato's innocent reaction, which is completely free from any malicious thoughts, like slipping poison into cookies. Beato quietly started to clean up.
Every now and then, she sniffled. Kumasawa continued to glare at Battler, but she then gave a small sigh and helped Beato clean up. However, the hardness didn't disappear from her expression. My apologies, Father. Please excuse me.
Don't call me that. Don't call me Father. They don't ever called me that.
Yes, as you wish. My apologies. Hanging her head so low that her chin touched the chest, Beato hurried out of the study. After giving Battler a look, Kumasawa chased after her. Kumasawa threw the door open a bit violently, and the footsteps of the pair rapidly disappeared off into the distance.
I may be his little sister, but I'm not sure how I feel about that.
If she were anyone other than Beato, you'd think of him as a true enemy of women, is that it?
I don't have a clue why One-chan and Beato act so friendly together. Right now I think of Beato as our greatest enemy, the one we must defeat. Still, even so, as a woman I can't say I like how One-chan's treating her.
And yet, I can understand Bella's feelings a little too. What a sad state of affairs.
I still don't understand what kind of antagonism or connection there was between them. Wherever One-chan probably viewed Beato as a friendly rival, if not something more. One-chan's reason for defeating Beato isn't to destroy an enemy out of hatred. Feels like he wants to give a sincere answer to her questions. Yeah, I can't deny the fact that their fight isn't based on hatred, but on a stronger emotion. And on top of that, Beato really is something to remain dedicated to One-chan all the more even after being treated so coldly. I agree with the other older sister, Beatrice. I can't understand why she's so dedicated to One-chan.
And, though it will only appear, or happen, after changing over 1,000 years, that single factor that you don't understand will certainly be inherited by the Golden Witch Beatrice we know so well.
Yeah, I understand that. Learning about this Beato will eventually teach you something about that Beato. And that may be able to explain the greatest piece in this crazy game, if not the game board itself.
Such a mysterious witch. Though she said those words, Featherin wore a confident smile on her face. Sarcastic confidence, as though she already knew the answer, was unchanged.
Beatrice, I want to ask you something.
Yes, what would you like to know, Angie-san? When Angie asked her question, Beato, who had been reading a fragment book in the shadows of the library, jumped.
Why do you call Ashurmi Battler father?
Because he created the piece that I am.
In that case, why are you so dedicated to Ashurmi Battler? Is some rule that pieces must obey the creator that makes them?
There is no such rule. A piece is like a tool, or perhaps a knife. When used skillfully by the game master, they can be quite useful. However, if you use them incorrectly, they can hurt you as well. Whether a tool is used as a tool or a weapon, child of man, that has nothing to do with the tool's own will. It is merely the result.
In that case, why are you so dedicated to One-chan? It's almost as though that's your goal as a piece.
Yes, that is the goal that gave birth to me.
Did One-chan, the one who gave birth to you, give you that goal?
That's not it. Has the game master, Battler, merely set a piece with that role on the board? Also,
I thought she was born of the rules of the game, so the fact that this is her role brings a very interesting question about the rule of the game.
It's a question. I don't know. Also, the one who gave birth to this piece was the first game master, and the one who created this game, Beatrice herself.
This is getting confusing. In other words, you keep calling One-chan father, but he's not actually your father. You're just calling him that affectionately because you feel obligated to devote yourself to him.
Yes, I think that's true. Father was the one who placed me on the game board. If he hadn't, my piece would never have had a turn. So, the fact that I exist here right now and am able to devote myself to my goal is all thanks to Father.
I see. So that's why it makes sense for you to call him father. In that case, who told you to devote yourself to One-chan? That must have been the first game master, Beato herself. Oh, this is so confusing.
You wish to ask her why she must devote herself to Ashurmi Battler, correct? However, she cannot give you that answer. She was given nothing but the goal itself. Only the person who gave her that goal knows the reasons for which they did so.
I see. Consider that as well, child of man, right? That means you already have an idea that you're laughing at my confusion.
Child of man. You really are just perfect for my Miko, child of man.
Child of man.
Child of man.
Child of man.
It's my favorite phrase now. I will do anything for Father. My existence will bring Father happiness. That is my greatest pleasure. And at that point, Beato hesitated.
And what?
Yes. And if I could one day have Father acknowledge my efforts, it would be my greatest joy.
Keep going.
It's be Angie, right? It's Angie. It's gotta be Angie.
What the hell? If you only wanted to devote yourself to him, I'd say you're just another furniture of the witch. But you want him to acknowledge your efforts. That's less like furniture and more like...
Angie stopped mid-sentence.
That's less like furniture and more like you're just a girl who loves Oni-chan. I don't get it. Driving force behind this Beato is that of a girl who adores Oni-chan. Then what does that make her? If the first Beato liked Oni-chan, then she should have adored him and devoted herself to him directly. Why would she create a piece of herself, a separate entity, to do it? As it stands, even if she does attract Oni-chan's attention, it'll be towards the piece version of herself, not to the creator who made that piece. If I ever like someone, I'll probably want to do things for them. But of course I'd want to do those things for myself. After all, I would want him to notice me. It's a love that will always go unrewarded no matter how devoted she is. She's doing this out of her own free will. Beato's actions look no different from those of an average girl in love. Except for the fucking mass murder.
Yeah.
She's devotedly doing all she can for him, dreaming that her kindness will eventually be acknowledged. Why would Beato create a piece like this? Maybe putting it in romantic terms is a bit too confusing. Let's try using food as an example.
Oh no.
Where is this going?
Cookies in boxes?
This would be as pointless as creating a piece to eat food for you. No matter how much food your piece eats on your behalf, you won't get any less hungry, right? You're the one who wants to eat. There's no reason to have a piece do that in your place. In most jobs in this world, you can get someone to do it for you. However, with love and food alone, there can never be any point to letting another person do it in your place. But what if you are the same person? My goodness, what if?
I don't know.
That's right. This Beato was created as a piece because of an impossible reason. But at a glance, she looks like just a normal girl. The more I know about her, the less I understand, like she's an imaginary number.
Father hates it when I call him Father, and the me the Father desires didn't call him by that name either.
Right. The former you spoke to everyone without even using honorifics.
However, simply possessing that knowledge doesn't mean I can refer to Father quite that informally. I'd like to give it my all, and start by calling him Battler-san.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten discouraged after being treated so coldly.
Father... No. Battler-san is in the middle of an important game right now. His opponent is a formidable Lady Erica, piece of the great Lady Bencastle. It's no surprise that he was in a bad mood when I stepped in at a delicate moment in his game, just as it was starting to reach a critical point, and called him by that name he doesn't want to hear.
Apparently, Beato still wanted to devote herself to Battler even after being treated in such a cold manner.
That to an outsider, it might just look as though she's being snubbed. He doesn't faze her at all. It surely is the blindness of a girl in love.
Or is it that I can't see because I have no love?
At times, love does let you see the unseeable. Beato once again immersed herself in the fragment book that the former Beato had written. She was trying to find something out about the Beato that Battler desired. Angie shrugged as though saying, well, I don't get it. Featherin laughed when she saw this, hinting that an innocent young woman could never understand. Angie grumbled something back unhappily. Their exchange seemed to have had no effect whatsoever on Beato as she sat in the shadows of the library. I love the color scheme, how it matches the background. After chasing all the others out, only Battler remained in the study. There was no color in this dimly lit room. However, for just the short time that the plate of cookies had been placed there, the room had seemed at least a little cheery. Battler's gaze drifted over to the table, which no longer had anything on it. When he did, the cookie plate that had been there until a second ago was revived. However, it was an illusion. If the cookies could be looked at, they could not be touched, much less eaten. If Battler wished, he could make it possible to touch them or eat them, but it would be an empty sensation. It would only give the touch and taste that Battler desired. He no longer had any way of knowing what kind of cookies they had been. On the reception sofa across from Battler, a cloud of gold butterflies slowly gathered and took the form of the old Beato. Come on, have a bite, Star! It's not every day that I make these by hand. Have no fear, I'm confident in how well they've turned out. Hearing that from Milady makes them all the more dubious.
Seriously. Any cookies you made would obviously have some kind of strange poison in them.
Oh, how shocking that you should think so. Even if I did put something in, it'd be no worse than the kind that does this and that to your other thing. If you do that sort of thing all the time, Butler will never get to eat them.
Huh? Putting things in someone's food is pretty basic, isn't it? Fingernails, bits of hair, magic charms, fragments of love. What would you people put in? Yes, ma'am. I wouldn't put anything in them. I just eat them all myself.
Perfect. The perfect answer.
Obviously, do you have to be so predictable?
Yes.
Well, they say a girl's gotta grab by all three sacks. The first one's the stomach, right? Next comes the wallet, and what was the third one again?
Star.
If I could catch a guy's attention, I'd want to make him sacrifice his body, heart, and soul to me. That's why I put all my power and affection into my cooking. In any event, making someone eat your food is probably a frontal attack that's gone unchanged throughout the ages. Ridiculous. How pathetic to think that you couldn't grasp a single man's heart without relying on such simple tricks. Oh? Are you saying you've succeeded in grasping a man's heart on ASMR?
Battler, there's nothing weird in it, so have a bite. Don't think you'll ever get a chance to eat my handmade cookies again. Star.
There probably won't be another chance. I slowly stretched my hand out to the illusion of the cookie plate and touched it. Just before I did, it became a cloud of gold butterflies and vanished into the darkness of the study. The illusions of Ronave and Vigilia also disappeared. However, the illusion of Beato alone still remained on the sofa.
Is there something not to your liking?
That's the first line from these characters that hasn't just been in triple quotations.
Yep. Definitely.
Very interesting.
It's very interesting. The scene is very interesting. Seeing these illusions of these colorful characters from episodes 1 to 4. What are you thinking of?
No, I'm listening. Okay, it is Harper, right. You trying to force me to say it out loud?
The more the new me differs from the form you wish for, the more you're reminded that I can never be revived again. Correct? If you let a good woman get away, you never get a second chance. So only now, you finally realize what a good woman I was.
Shut up. If you never appear again, that'd be a relief.
Beato lay sprawled out on the sofa and looked up at the ceiling. Bella also turned his back and moved to the window. For a while, there was silence.
I imagine you understand, but...
I do understand. The me you're expecting has already disappeared.
I know. Even though that Beato is you without a doubt, she is a different being than the old you. I can't say with certainty that you'll never revive again.
My soul, femininity, sparkling personality, and splendid character were cultivated over 1,000 years spent as a witch. Unless an exactly identical 1,000 years is traversed, nothing can become me. And so, at the moment you decided to create me, my personal history was different.
Yeah. Damn Burnecastle's already guaranteed you'll never revive.
However, you still hope for it, don't you? One day, the new me will trip and land on her head, and all her memories of the past will be restored. You were hoping for something like that, weren't you? A delusional plot like that wouldn't even pass in a light novel these days.
Shut up. In the past, you also waited and waited for me to remember and take notice. And what is it? Does this mean that our relationship is exactly the opposite of how it once was?
Well, at times, I did continue the game, believing that you'd eventually notice and remember that a miracle would occur.
How did it feel? How did it feel when you were playing with me?
As they say, look inside your own heart.
It hurts. If only she didn't look so much like you, I would have kept my cool a little better.
Well, do as you wish. In the past, I toyed with you and tormented you. Now's your chance for revenge against me. The new me will just wander about nervously, ignorant of everything. You may boil or burn her as you see fit. Perhaps doing so will ease your old hatred.
I would if it was you. It'd probably make me feel a lot better. But that Beto isn't you.
If it isn't me, then who is it?
Someone very much like you, but not you.
But even so, she most certainly is me.
True. She is you, and at the same time, she's a different person.
In that case, the new me really has it rough. She's being treated like a plaything in my place. How truly pitiable.
It might be the contradiction inside me. The new Beto seems like a different person, so I can't accept her. Even though I know she's a different person, she keeps reminding me of Beto's face.
In that case, why not think of her as my daughter?
Your daughter?
She does share my blood, so consider her a daughter that closely resembles me. After all, she is my double, but hasn't lived 1,000 years, so calling her that is not incongruous.
True.
Imagine that I have died, left behind a daughter, and entrusted her to you. Would it become a little easier to deal with her that way?
It's actually a good analogy. It's unlike you.
Do not jest. That is my daughter. She is the child I left behind after my death. You are free to press my likeness upon her. You may also loose your pent-up resentment on her in my place. Making her bear my sins and torturing her as you please may calm your grudge. If that doesn't match your taste, you can also guide her down the right path, so that she does not end up on the inhumane road that I have tread. She was made to devote herself to you since the moment of her birth. If you wish, you can mold her into any shape you desire. After 1,000 years of miracles, she might even become me.
So I could even strip her naked and drag her around with a chain like you once did to me.
Yes, at this point, even greater humiliation will be possible.
So, she's your double and your daughter. Yeah. She's exactly the same person, the same piece which was created, but once more by the rule called Beatrice. However, when I'm unable to accept it that way, I can think of her as Beato's daughter. Finding a clear guidepost for how to interact with her and smooth the uncertainty in my heart. Oh, these parallels are just becoming uncomfortably close. Finally, I understand how cruel I was to her then. My tears poured to the ground, and when I followed them with my eyes, I noticed that a white business card had fallen onto the floor. It was the message card that had adorned those cookies. I rushed her, telling her to clean up and leave right away, which is probably why it had fallen to the floor unnoticed. I picked it up and read the message on it. It was extremely short, pure, and sincere. So clear that I should be able to read it. However, it's blurred with tears and I can't see anything. Where is this?
Oh boy.
I'm assuming this is back with Jessica and Cannon because of the line. But Where is this?
It's an excellent question. I suppose you should narrate this.
Game board?
Yeah.
The flood of light and sound slowly dissipated. The silence that followed was not interrupted even by the sound of wind and rain outside that had once been present. Both Jessica and George timidly opened their eyes. Where in the world is this? It was a strange room they'd never seen before. Looked like a Western-style smoking room. Its furnishings were stylish and expensive. Felt like the room of some dignified person. There's a set of black tea on the table as well as a chessboard which seems to be halfway through a game. However, there was something strangely out of place. The black and white checkerboard pattern made it feel like chess, but it looked like a very similar yet totally different game that no one knew of. And similar to how it both looked like chess and not like chess, the furnishings of this room, no, the room itself, it seemed like a Western smoking room. It also felt like something completely different. Just where is this place?
Jessica, Shannon, Cannon-kun. And Shannon? Where's Shannon?
I'm right here, George-sama.
And I am here, milady, George-sama. We apologize for bringing you to a place like this. What on earth is going on? Just when Shannon took out something that looked like a butterfly wing and it started shining.
The same thing happened to me. Cannon-kun took out this golden butterfly brooch thing and it started to sparkle and...
Lady George-san, first off, please allow us to apologize. And please stay calm. Something strange is about to happen. That strange thing will probably test us.
Test us? Do you mean the trial you were just talking about that we had to overcome if we wanted to be together? Is that it?
A trial?
I haven't explained it to you yet, milady. My apologies. But please, if your words just a second ago were the truth, please lend me your strength. I will give it everything I've got, so please.
I don't understand the thing that's been happening. You know something, George Nissan?
A bit. I'm just as surprised as you by what's happening now. However, if they're saying that this is an unavoidable trial and that we're essential for it, I intend to take on whatever may come.
A trial?
Cannon-kun. The brooch.
Yeah.
The two of them brought the halves of the broken butterfly brooch closer to each other. As they grew closer, the strength of their bright yellow radiance increased.
Jessica-chan, I want you to prepare your heart as well. I am already prepared.
What do you mean?
I've been fucking anime, what do you mean?
Don't have a clue. The hell's going on?
It's a trial. A test for a pair of those who love each other.
Huh? George spoke these awkward-seeming words quickly and easily. Such an embarrassing line that Jessica couldn't help turning red. But the expression on George's face, which was so serious it was almost grim, forced her to tense up as well. Shannon and Cannon were just as serious. The glow in their eyes as though they were taking part in a sacred duel, the pair of them brought the two butterfly wings together. Then the wings they held became a single brooch and regained their magical power. An even more intense light filled the room, and the scene was burnt into the retinas of all present as the brooch shattered and two shining things flew out of it. What is going on? Is this about to be the reintroduction of our best friends, Carey and Carey? Oh god, it
What was the voice?
Hold on, let's
What was the voice?
Let's quickly
We're
just...
gonna need it. This fucking song, I love it. It's so mischievous. Let's go.
Let's quickly just get up our Carey reference.
Oh my god.
Come on, internet. Here we go.
I can't wait for this. Hold on. What are they? What's the voice?
Yeah, it's been like an hour, and you know...
It's been like an hour. People live for the sake of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. People live for the sake of love. Oh, this is your line.
People live for the sake of love.
Hey.
Yeah, this world is love itself.
Oh, how great is the power of love. Love is everything there is. Jesus.
Suddenly the voices of two people they'd never heard before rang out. What was it? Who were they?
Fucking gold and silver. Look.
George and Jessica nervously opened their eyes. When they did, they saw two demons had appeared there. Almost as though the two halves of the brooch had become them.
They are totally the sun and the moon! Oh my god!
You never noticed?
No.
You never noticed?
We'll talk about this later, I think.
Talk about this later. Hey, that's weird, Furfur. What are we doing in a place like this?
It really is strange, Zepar. There's no one but humans and furniture here. Where's the witch? Where's the witch capable of summoning us?
Yes, we remember the name of the witch of the contract really well, don't we? Let's try calling it out, Furfur.
Yes, you're right, Zephyr. We know the name of the witch of the contract, the Golden Witch.
Then let's try calling her.
Beatrice!
Hold on, have we got tips for them?
I would like to, so we can learn about them. They're pretty cool.
Where are they? Hunt them down.
They would be in the magical section in here.
I don't think we got them
That's
yet.
right. We'll get them soon, I'm sure. I suppose they haven't had their official introduction yet.
I suppose not. What a fucking set of outfits.
They're so good! Oh, I love
Considering their exaggerated theatrical manner and their slightly comical style of talking, it'd probably be hard to comprehend their great power at this point.
them. Here we go.
When the two demons called Beatrice's name, a cyclone of gold butterflies picked up throughout the room. Then it took the form of two golden witches.
So many sets of two, I love it.
It's you!
This is me?
Yeah!
Okay. Oh, there are two Beatrices!
Well, there are two of us as well. Why shouldn't there be two Beatrices every now and then?
Get out of here. This is my double and my little sister. We two are the same and as a single person. Pleased to meet you.
It's been a long time, Beatrice Summer.
Am I dreaming?
I feel the same. Still, it's too early to get dumbfounded.
Unlike Jessica, George had maintained his composure even during this bizarre scene. After all, Shannon had already told him what would happen next.
Demons of the contract, it has been too long. Zepar, and you too, Furfur. Was that the sound?
That was the sound.
Yeah, here they are.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my
What is
God.
that symbol? What is that meant to be?
It's some kind of weird flowery looking thing.
I guess so.
With purple and green. A lot of sun and moon stuff going on.
My God, their outfits are just like disgusting, and then
I know they're horrifying. It's
they're
great.
just disgusting.
Right, part of the point. Furfur, one of the 72 great demons, controls love and tests each other through trials. Tests others, even. Furfur bestows endless and exhaustible offensive power upon the maker of the contract, giving them enough courage to fiercely overcome any barriers to their love. A trainer of love who teaches tame boys the taste of flesh is of a different gender than Zepar.
What?
I know, you should read yours. Oh my God.
But it also doesn't tell us which.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. It fucking doesn't. Read this shit.
Oh my God.
Get on it, boy.
Zepar, one of the 72 great demons, controls loves and tests through other trials. Zepar bestows an ultimate defensive barrier of immortality upon the maker of the contract, giving them enough courage to unflinchingly face any wounds love might cause. A hunter of love who likes to prey upon tame boys, is of a different gender than Furfur. Oh, it's the fucking thing on their leg. That's what the...
Yeah.
That's what the...
So they're two flowers. The flower of love, I assume.
It's just ridiculous.
It's a little rose-looking thing.
This is just absurd.
They're so good. I love them. They're such silly characters.
They really are, and I've only known them for such a short time.
I know. Let's continue, shall we? You were this one? You were the blue one?
Yeah.
We decided on that. The thing is, even if we miss them up, it's not that bad. So
I know.
I'm okay with it.
Hold on, I want to just quickly look something
What are you
up.
looking for?
I'm looking... Hold on.
You're looking to see if they're in the Asgard tier? I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, I know. I just want to. I want to see what
I don't know
number
what
they are.
numbers.
Count Furfur is number 34.
And see the one, number
And-
43, please.
No. It's 16.
No, not even close. Well, it's alright. What
The
is
great
that?
Zepar's great Duke of Hell. He commands 26 legions of inferior spirits. His office is to cause women to love men and bring them together in love.
Okay.
He makes women barren. He is depicted with red clothes and armor like a soldier, so that actually matches.
Cool.
And then
Armor like a soldier. Yeah, totally.
in demonology is a powerful great oil of hell, being the ruler of 29 legions of demons. He is a liar. Furfur causes love between man and woman, creates storms, tempests, thunder, lightning, blasts, and whatnot. In Latin, it means bran. However, it seems more likely that it's a corruption of federicifer, the Latin word for scoundrel.
Ooh, that's fun. That's pretty interesting.
He's depicted as a heart or winged heart, also as an angel. So I guess the
Angel.
I guess the blue is like lightning and storms.
Yeah, probably. I know. I don't want to talk too much. We'll talk about the sun and the moon when I've actually done my research, but I want to at some point.
Actually, I think it's backwards.
Is it backwards?
Yeah.
That would make sense to me. That would be just perfect. You're this one? You're the blue one.
I'm gonna go back the line. Actually, no, because this is right after the tips. So.
Yep.
Long time no see. You seem to be in high spirits as always.
But what a cute little sister you have! I'll bet those teenagers' eyes taste like white peaches. Well, I wonder.
Zepar and Furfur lashed on a bear from either side, wearing strange smiles.
He's too polite.
Each movement they made was exaggerated yet polished, as though they were acting out a play.
La-da-dee. Leave it at that for now, demons of the contract. To think that tonight will be the last time we see that mischievous spirit, it will be dearly missed. The last time.
The brooch, our vessel, has already been destroyed.
In other words, our role is finished after this. Ah, yes, it has been fun, Beatrice.
However, it was decided when the contract was made. It was decided that we must lend our power one more time before our final farewell.
So this is truly the final miracle. Slash.
Once is enough to make the miracle of love. After all, eternal love will never be needed a second time.
It's true. It's true. They're not wrong. Not wrong. There you have it. Lovers! Those gathered here have been cursed to have unfulfilled love unless a miracle occurs. Your last chance is the power of the golden butterfly brooch, which can grant such a miracle. And like it or not, this chance is limited this evening. This miracle can be given only to a single pair. I won't lose.
Yeah. Let's both give it our all.
Shannon and Cannon exchanged serious gazes. Both had already readied themselves to fight for the sake of their love.
Get ready, furniture. Oof.
I've left my mouse on screen.
Oh no.
I don't really get it, but I don't want to borrow the power of some strange demon. Jessica was finally starting to figure this place out. The demons were probably planning to pit her and Cannon against George and Shannon. Let me be clear, this is none of your business. Cannon and I can handle our relationship by ourselves. I should have put to myself in the debt of some bizarre demons.
Milady, please listen. If we don't overcome this trial, we cannot be together. Jessica accepted. This is the only trial that could possibly be imposed on upstart furniture wishing to be joined with a human.
More of this stuff about furniture and humans. Don't butt in, this has nothing to do with us.
You still haven't told, milady. Oh, shit.
1 point.
It's fine. I didn't know how I should explain it.
Cannon, Shannon, you and George and this. Why are you listening to these creeps? No one can stand in the way of a person's love. Why do we have to please these demons? It's none of their business.
Excellent questions. Jessica, I'm with you.
Good questions.
Well, it seems we might have a troublesome blockhead among us. We could begin the game like this, but that would hardly be fair. Couldn't you explain it for her? I don't understand it that well myself. Is there some kind of problem with the love between Jessica-san and Cannon-san?
Oh my. Seems you and the others understand nothing at all.
With our blessing, the pair can cultivate their love at their leisure. No need to worry about suspicious demons.
It's gotta be more like Ohio.
I know, I'm trying to shuffle it down and make it deeper.
Just go to Ohio for a week and then come back.
I don't know how to do Ohio.
Neither do I literally just... he just said he's from Ohio in the video that we watched.
I'm from Ohio. However, without our blessing, this is your line.
However, without our blessing, your love will vanish, disappear, wither, and decay. What the hell are you so sure?
You better jump over her. Yes! Because it is fate!
Oh, it's 2 quotations, I'm sorry.
Because it is fate! Perfect!
You are free,
free to choose not to accept it, free to choose not to resist it. Perfect! That was flawless.
Uncomfortable.
Refined and elegant. And what happens if you choose not to resist it? That love will end. But perhaps an abstract explanation isn't so convincing. Well now, how could one explain the dead-end fate you're in?
Sure me, Jessica, a future shared between the two of you would be far more grim than you realize.
Damn. If you don't gain the miracle of magic, disaster will most certainly befall you. Then it will cover you, fester within, and split the two of you apart. Even I will not be so boorish as to describe the details of that process. However, if you don't believe Jessica, I will tell you how it ends. Cannon will stop being a servant and will leave the island for all eternity.
You'll probably leave the island yourself in search of the one you love, but such adventure will doubtlessly be in vain.
Yes, and then you will mourn and hate.
Hate who?
You!
Me?
No, the you of this moment!
What is this shit?
This is so good!
So
this is so good, this scene! Oh my god.
With a dramatic gesture, the two of them pointed at Jessica.
In perfect unison.
They're saying that if she left, the person left with regrets would be Jessica herself.
They're like fucking talk show hosts. I told
What
you.
the hell are you saying?
Literally talk show hosts in magic form. When you've lost the one you love, you'll realize. You realize how much you hate the person you were when you ran away from the child to complete that love.
Yes, we're messengers from the you of the future. Please, at this very moment, take your love seriously and fight.
And if you don't listen to the message of the you from the future,
The foolish snake eating its own tail will keep on gulping.
the endless cycle of suffering will swallow you up and you will simply vanish.
What the hell are you talking about? Jessica's confusion showed on her face as anger.
Oh, God.
However, a memory of something she'd heard a long time ago welled up in the back of her mind.
Fuck, these nerds are great. Unlike Nason, I don't plan on working here for many years. After just a few years, or possibly, if Nason ever decides to stop working here, I think I'll stop working too.
Kennen-kun.
If you give up on the miracle of magic and hand it over to Shannon and George, they will be joined and will leave the island. Following that, Cannon will leave the island as well. That is fate and unavoidable. Then, what if they can obtain the miracle of magic? Of course, Cannon will remain on the island by Jessica's side for all time. He'll probably start learning music with Jessica as she desires. How their relationship will progress afterwards is a matter for the two lovers. They can deepen their relationship slowly or by themselves, as Jessica wanted.
However, if that happens, George-san and I will not be joined.
Fate demands that we fight, putting our happiness and futures on the line.
Are you kidding me? What the hell? So if we are joined, the other pair will split apart. What kind of demon's game is this?
Don't be mistaken. You will not be taking something from each other. Without the power of the golden butterfly brooch, neither love is fated to bear fruit.
And who the hell decided that?
It is due to your sin of falling in love with furniture, which is not allowed to love. Didn't Cannon clearly reject you, saying that furniture was not qualified to love? Knowing that, you chose Cannon as the one you loved. I wouldn't let you get away with saying you didn't know.
When she couldn't accept any of it, Jessica was unable to argue back. Then George spoke up with the soft tone that he always used to smooth things over. However, his expression was still ruthlessly serious.
Jessica-chan, can't you think of it this way?
Think of what way?
I love Shannon. I am prepared to overcome any and all trials and obstacles that stand in the way of us being together. What about you?
Well, I'm not so weak that I'd lose heart that easily.
Yes, that's it exactly. At this moment, we are being tested. Tested to see who can display the strength of our feelings more strongly.
Are you saying you actually support this crazy plan of theirs?
It doesn't matter whether I support it or not. When I gave Shannon that engagement ring, I swore to fight all trials and barriers that stand in my way. No matter how unreasonable or incomprehensible these trials might be, I cannot choose to avoid them.
George spoke clearly and then looked at Jessica with a cold gaze. By now, Jessica almost understood. If she kept on grumbling and avoiding this demon's trial, the game between the two groups would automatically end with her defeat by default. In other words, George and Shannon would win. They would gain the miracle of magic, their love would be completed, and Jessica and Cannon would split apart, with Cannon eventually leaving the island and never seeing her again.
Nothing would make me happier than to see you step out of this trial. That way, I wouldn't have to fight you. And that would show the limits of your feelings for Cannon-kun.
Ugh.
Not happy.
Seemed as though George spoke ruthlessly, but he was actually being exceptionally fair. If Jessica lost by default, she would never be able to clear away her lingering regrets. That would leave a bad aftertaste for George as well.
We must fight openly for the single miracle. Even if I lose at the end, I'll be able to accept it if we both give it our all. And because of that, I will be able to cheer on the victors from the bottom of my heart. George's determination is quite impressive. After hearing that...
Are you still going to run away? Two demons giggled and challenged her. Of course, George didn't laugh, but he still challenged her with cold eyes. And Shannon?
Please forgive me, milady. I am determined to not flinch in my resolve. Even if I know that sticking to my feelings means ending your loving relationship, milady.
Shannon had never spoken to Jessica with such serious and solemn words. Jessica realized what a strong will had dwelt within her usually weak and clumsy friend and was surprised. Canon-kun.
I want to start a new life with you, milady. Even if that life means crushing Nasan's happiness, I will not falter.
Canon was doing all he could to restrain himself. Yeah, all of them were being serious and frank, and abandoning any naivety that they might have possessed. All this about golden butterfly brooches and miracles of magic, the trial that the demons were giving them, none of it mattered. Only one thing was being tested, whether or not they possessed the strong will to make their love come true. Jessica clenched her fists and hung her head, shaking while biting her lower lip. She was silent, but she would probably gain an unswerving will of steel before too long. She just needed a little time first. The two demons who taunted people with dramatic gestures
Here we go.
did not violate the silence that Jessica needed to resolve herself. Love brings about conflict, and this conflict gives rise to determination. As the demons of love, they could understand more fully than the others how noble that determination was.
Jessica-san. Furthermore, this magical miracle is something that can be received by you as well. By me too? What do you mean?
She had thought this had been about two pairs of lovers. Beta was surprised to suddenly hear that this had something to do with her as well.
With the miracle of the golden butterfly brooch, even your wish that your affection for battle will be acknowledged, can be granted easily. And without such a miracle, you too can never be bound to him.
It means you're no outsider to this either.
To get across the marshes of love. That is your wish, is it not?
We will not make light of your wish.
Even your relationship with Battler will eventually fester and rot. No matter how much of a positive outlook you take, you know that this fate will eventually come to pass, bearing some kind of miracle. Well...
Beta hung her head softly. Sadly. Words.
Softly too.
I was like reading it as I was like halfway between looking at the two monitors.
Right.
So I was just like, a word that fits.
Close enough.
She hadn't wanted to lose heart from that cookie incident. However, it would have been massive lie to say that it hadn't hurt her.
The cookie incident.
The cookie incident.
That's not the name of a B-movie by now, it needs to be.
The more she tried to get close to Battler, the more she hurt him. However, she had been born in order to get close to Battler. She was like a hedgehog, freezing in the cold and bunching together for warmth. She had approached him because of love and had been hurt for it.
If you understand that much, entrusting your fate to a miracle may prove to be of some interest. As they say, an unbought lottery ticket turns you nothing. Zephyr and Firfer, let my little sister join in too.
Oh, of course.
Welcome, second Beatrice. We were planning on including you from the very beginning. After all,
We are
Zephyr and Firfer. Nailed it. The demons of love.
It's awful. I hope this stops.
Do you want to do a 3, 2, 1 and
No,
show it again?
no.
Okay.
I want it to stop.
I love them. May I join in as well? I would have loved to have seen this scene animated so badly. Oh. If you want to, I don't see a problem. I won't prevent anyone from entering. We'll win against all hindrances and make everyone celebrate our union. Of course, it's the same the other way around. If you succeed in love by defeating us at our best, then both Shannon and I promise to sincerely support the pair that wins. Right, Shannon?
Yes. We will not lose. And even if we did, we would cheer you on from the bottom of our hearts.
I feel the same. I will not lose.
Well, if there's no way out of this fight, let's show them what we got. Yeah. No matter what, Ken-kun and I don't plan on losing.
You feel the same, do you not? Yes. If there is even a small chance that Father... no. The Battler-san will acknowledge me. I'm willing to put myself on the line. Well said. Good going, little sister. Zepar, Furfur! The actors have gathered.
Then let's begin, Furfur.
Yes, let us begin, Zepar. Let's begin this trial of lovers, the fight over a single miracle of magic.
Oh god, that was actually good.
That was good! Oh, we did it!
We did it, boys.
1 point to us. That's the end of the chapter.
No, that's 10
It took us
points.
an
10
entire...
points.
10 points, I'll take it. There was an entire chapter, but we did it.
Listen, we're behind on points. I will scrounge and claw for them.
It's a good thing that we manage the points here and not Ryukishi.
It's true.
We manage our own points.
And we're still losing.
Should we be cheating more? Oh, well.
No, I feel like it's kind of the point that we're losing, though.
I agree.